Hey student, how are you? Welcome to our session on the law of sines. The law of sines is used to solve oblique triangles, non-right triangles. And here is the formula. You can use either one. And we'll start with sine of angle A over side A. We use lowercase letters for the side and capital letters for the angles. Sine of angle B over side B is equal to sine of angle C over side C. Or you can put the sides on the top and then sine of the angle on the bottom. Let's do two examples. Number 1, solve the triangle. We're going to solve for all the missing sides and angles. Let's start by labeling our triangle. 42 degrees for angle A, 34 degrees for angle B, and side B is opposite the angle. So this will be side B. And we'll set up our law of sines. We'll set up a proportion, two fractions that are equal. Let's start by solving for side A. And a tip, we'll keep the unknown in the top of your fraction for easier calculations. So side A is what we're solving for, over sine of angle A, and that's equal to side B over sine of angle B. And we'll fill in our formula with the numbers that we know. We're looking for side A. Sine of angle A, 42 degrees. Side B is 15. And then over sine of angle B, 34 degrees. And then to solve, we will multiply by sine of 42, bring it over to the other side of the equal sign. Multiply by sine of 42. And we get A, side A is equal to 15 times sine of 42 degrees, all divided by sine of 34 degrees. Make sure that our calculator is in degrees. I'll show you here in Desmos. If you go to the upper right-hand corner, you see the wrench, and we'll click on that and make sure that you have degrees. And then we'll type in / we get a fraction, 15 sine of 42 divided by sine of 34 degrees. And we get side A is 17.949. I'm going to round up to 18. Side A is 18. Side A is 18. All right, let's solve for angle C. Just going to clean this up here, solving for angle C. And solving for angle C. Angles in triangles add up to 180 degrees. So 42 degrees plus 34 degrees plus angle C should add up to 180. So 180 minus 42 minus 34. We get 104 degrees for angle C. Now we have enough information to solve for side C. I'll just clean this up here. Solving for side C, we'll use our law of sines. We'll keep the unknown, side C, in the top, over sine of angle C. And then let's use side B over sine of angle B, the given information. And we'll fill in our formula. Side C is what we're looking for. Angle C is 104 degrees. Side B is 15. And angle B is 34 degrees. And now we can multiply by sine of 104 degrees, bring it over to the other side of the equal sign. Cancels out on this side. And we're left with side C is equal to 15 times sine of 104 degrees divided by sine of 34 degrees. And we'll pop that in the calculator. making sure that we're in degrees. Oh, look, I can just change this to 104. And we get side C is 26. And there we go. We have solved all the angles and sides of this triangle. Let's take a look at one more example. Number 2. Number 2, solve the triangle. And we'll label our triangle. Angle A is 35 degrees. Side A is opposite the angle, so this will be side 12. Side A is 12. And side B will be opposite angle B, so this will be 9. All right, and we'll set up our law of sines, our proportion. Let's solve for angle B. So I'm going to put sine of angle B in the top, keeping our unknown in the top for easier calculations. Sine of angle B over side B is equal to sine of angle A over side A. And we'll fill in our formula with the numbers. We're looking for angle B, so sine of angle B. Side B is 9. Angle A is 35 degrees, and side A is 12. And we'll multiply by 9 to bring that over to the other side of the equal sign, times 9. Cancels out on this side. And we're left with sine of angle B is equal to 9 times sine of 35 divided by 12. Now, we need to get rid of sine. So we need to take inverse sine to get rid of sine. Inverse sine and sine will cancel out, and we'll be left with angle B. And what you do to one side of the equal sign, you have to do to the other. So we will take inverse sine or arc sine of this entire side. Inverse sine or arc sine or inverse sine of the entire thing. So let's do that. We'll do arc sine of 9 sine of 35 divided by 12. And I'll show you in Desmos here. So we can do sine raised to the power of -1, inverse sine, or you can just type ARC, SIN, arc sine. / gives you the fraction, and then 9 sine of 35, all divided by 12. And we get 25.5. I'm going to round up to 26. 25.5 degrees. I'm going to round up to 26 degrees for angle B. 26 degrees. All right. Now we can solve for angle C. Angle C. Angles in triangles add up to 180 degrees. So 35 plus 26 plus angle C should add up to 180. We'll do 180 minus 35 minus 26. And angle C is 119 degrees. And now we have enough information to solve for side C. And let me clean this up here, and we'll solve for side C. Solving for side C, we'll set up our law of sines. We'll put the unknown side C in the top over sine of angle C. And then let's use angle A and side A, the given information. It's always good to use the information they gave you, just in case you made a mistake in your calculations. Sine of angle C, 119 degrees. Side A is 12, and sine of angle A. And then we'll multiply by sine of 119 degrees to bring that to the other side of our equal sign. Cancels out on the left. And we're left with side C is equal to 12 times sine of 119 degrees divided by sine of 35 degrees. And we'll put that in our calculator. / 12 sine of 119, all divided by sine of 35, and we get 18.3 for side C. And that finishes solving our triangle. And that concludes Law of Sines. Thank you so much for joining our session, and I'll see you next time.